Welcome to Israel, welcome to Jerusalem, and welcome to stage one of the 101st edition of the Giro d'Italia. And here is the last man off the ramp, Tom Dumoulin, the champion of the Giro d'Italia 2017. Dumoulin, the world time trial champion, the defending champion of the Giro d'Italia, is running out of tarmac. Has he got enough in the tank to take the win? He has! He takes it! 12:02, 2 seconds quicker, 48.3 kilometers an hour. Tom Dumoulin. Welcome to stage 6 of the Giro d'Italia, and our first true test for the general classification of contenders. This is the first time that this particular ascent on Etna has been used. It should be a big, big day. Rendezvous, Etna. I thought it was somebody else, but this is absolutely amazing. Esteban Chaves goes straight past the young Italian.
It is Esteban Chaves now, hits the front of the Giro d'Italia.
Oh, Rowan Dennis in all sorts of problems as the road starts to kick up.
And Esteban Chaves looking for a stage win at the Giro d'Italia. And he's looking good here, Sean. Now Yates on the attack. And what a day for Michelton Scott. Could they do it at the double? They're looking wonderful. Simon Yates attacking with 2 kilometers to go.
They reconned the route the other day. Looks like Simon Yates is going to get onto the wheel of his teammate. This is a quite remarkable performance. Still 600 meters to go.
He's going to let Chaves come past. It is Chaves to win the stage. Yates in second. What a 1-2. Unbelievable. Michelton Scott on fire at the top of Mount Etna. So part 2 of the mountain double-header begins on the Giro d'Italia at stage 9 from Pesco Sannita to the Gran Sasso d'Italia, Italy's big rock.
Chris Froome's run out of resources, he's on the radio, that's never a good sign, and this is a fissure that's turning into a chasm, I'm afraid. This is a fire that's starting to break out in Team Sky.
We're just going into the finishing straight now, just a few hundred meters to go, 350 meters. Ponzinibbio still out of the saddle, leaning on the pedals. What a finish!
And here comes Simon Yates! Simon Yates is going to take a stage victory here! You only have to be in front once, and that is at the line, and that line belongs to Simon Yates!
Welcome to stage 11 of the Giro d'Italia, taking us from Assisi to Osimo, over 156 undulating kilometers. There we go, they've hit the pave.
Bang, here we go.
And the Zdenek Stibar now goes to the front, the Czech champion. It's also got Tim Wellens on as well, so Tim Wellens just tries to get into the slipstream of the flying Czech up this Muro here.
And look, out of the saddle, go for it, why don't you, 1600 meters, Tim Wellens of Lotto Soudal. Looking at the picture we're being offered up here, and it's Simon Yates, who else said this incline would suit him, and that's precisely what we've got right now. This is absolutely fantastic. There's Chris Froome also in the frame, but it's about Yates, and here he goes to the right-hand side of the road, 1300 meters, and nobody's got the catching of him. Tom Dumoulin is trying to put a fire out here, a bridge over to him. This is a piece of class.
It looks like the experience going to be another stage win for Simon Yates of Michelton Scott. Superb performance by Yates, clad in the Maglia Rosa.
Welcome everybody to a huge day on this Giro d'Italia. We've already been climbing, and there are several climbs still to come, but something looms very, very large today, and its name is Zoncolan. Forget gold rings, forget silver trophies. It's about a big climb, and indeed they're going to be answering some questions today.
This is a unique prospect to take on for all of these professionals. The hardest climb in world cycling at this level.
What a job he is doing. This is what Team Sky do the best. This is where they've wanted to be up to this point in this race.
It's Froome at the front in the white, and for the first time Simon Yates hasn't closed the gap. And is this Chris Froome's way back into the Giro d'Italia? You couldn't have imagined this a couple of days ago, Sean. The recovery has been miraculous. First of the 3 tunnels as Froome emerges with 600 meters to go. Simon Yates is gaining all of the time. He needs those 10 bonus seconds. He wants a third victory in the Maglia Rosa, and Chris Froome's victory might well be in trouble here. Froome turns the corner. This was unthinkable a few days ago. The confidence boost is there. It's launch pad for Chris Froome as he is back in the Giro d'Italia. A magnificent ride from the defending champion. Dumoulin, possibly the big moral winner of the day. He finishes 5th.
It was the hardest one I ever did. Yeah, I expected it was even harder than I expected, actually.
For some riders, it's not quite the big party started yet, but they know that the Giro d'Italia is still alive, and my have we got a race. We'll be talking about it as we go into the mountains again tomorrow. Up and down in the only Dolomite day of the Giro d'Italia.
Forced onto the front, so Simon Yates more than happy, goes again, accelerates, and just look at the face, nobody can respond to the power of this young British rider. But the man with the biggest engine so far in the Giro d'Italia as he enters the tunnel is an absolutely flying Simon Yates.
And time-wise, Chris Froome has, I'm afraid, given away a packet today, a minute and a half down on Yates, who leads this race.
Oh, really? I gave absolutely everything. The guards were phenomenal.
He is, at the moment, the finest climber in this Giro d'Italia. Simon Yates of Michelton Scott, been in the pink jersey since Mount Etna, taking his 3rd win of the Giro d'Italia so far in Sappada. What a virtuoso hat-trick of wins for Simon Yates. This is the time trial that the riders are facing today. Stage 16, the day after the rest day, of course, a big day for Tom Dumoulin, an even bigger day, of course, for Simon Yates. Froome driving, powering the bike down the finishing straight. It's going to be a very, very solid time by Froome, not as quick as Tony Martin. Sits 2 minutes and 11 seconds adrift of the race leader Simon Yates. We know this is his favourite discipline. It's almost the course has been designed for this man. But I believe you me, Tom Dumoulin is fighting with every single fibre of his body, as you'd expect from the champion that he is on the day. 3rd on the day for Tom Dumoulin.
He's going to hold on to this jersey by a good chunk. As it stands, well, he's put himself in the right position, the best position possible to take this pink jersey all the way to Rome.
Simon Yates still tops the rankings in the Giro d'Italia. 56 seconds to the good, and has increased his time over the rest.
Especially the way Simon's riding. He hasn't showed one moment of weakness so far, and he only seems to be getting stronger.
The Giro is not decided until Rome. Anything can happen.
Welcome to stage 18 of the Giro d'Italia, 196 kilometers with a sting in the tail from Abbiategrasso to Prato Nevoso. The first of 3 very difficult days in the mountains.
Froome now is the latest to go. Froome catches up to the group and he attacks. He needs time back as well. Oh, the pink jersey. The pink jersey is losing terrain, and this could be interesting because Dumoulin is following Pozzovivo, and for the first time in this Giro d'Italia, the pink jersey has shown some little crack, some little sign of weakness. Simon Yates is losing the wheel to that group. He's in crisis. We wondered whether this moment would come. It looked like being far from possible in the leading days up to this race, but Simon Yates, the Maglia Rosa, is in crisis for the first time. Simon Yates, who looks so solid, so firm on his hold of the Giro d'Italia, today has proved that he is not infallible, and there are 3 huge days to come at this Giro.
He's been untouchable this race so far, so it's the first sign of any weakness he showed so far.
Welcome to stage 19 of the Giro d'Italia, the Queen stage of this year's race. 185 rather mountainous kilometres from Venaria Reale to Bardonecchia, and the climb, the fearsome climb of the Jafrau.
Chris Froome decides to go. Ellison, his job is done. Pow! Chris Froome decides to stick on absolutely everybody. Oh, and is it going to be a knockout blow? This is an outstanding run right now. We've still got 80 kilometres to go, don't forget.
And Chris Froome hold on for another 80 kilometres on his own.
My goodness, if he does, it'll be one of the finest victories of his career.
It hasn't been an easy race for me. I've been giving it my all. It hasn't been the ideal start, and I'm obviously quite far behind now in the general classification. I'm still gonna focus on the GC. That's for sure. I'm not just gonna give up.
Chris Froome turning the Giro d'Italia on its head. A heartbreaking collapse for Simon Yates. But Tom Dumoulin at 40 seconds will not think he's out of this yet.
Two names were writ large at the top of this race before we even began in Jerusalem. Froome and Dumoulin. Nothing in that regard has changed, but our leader is Chris Froome.
The Matterhorn looks over Cervinia as it's time for the final judgment on this 101st Giro d'Italia. And after 214 kilometres on stage 20, we should know who will lift the never-ending trophy tomorrow in Rome. And here goes Tom Dumoulin. Dumoulin to the front, and it's time for Chris Froome to react. The Giro d'Italia is in play right here, right now, on the slopes of Cervinia. Sean, the race is on.
And here he goes again, and Chris Froome has to react immediately, but Froome looking okay for the moment.
Oh, and it's defending from the front. Froome feeling good enough to go to the front himself. Here we go. This is a wonderful firework attack from Tom Dumoulin, and now Froome has to follow again. The road opens up, and the Giro's in play once more. And Dumoulin has gone for a third time. Pulls away, and it's Froome who has to follow once more. It's a hand-to-hand fight at the moment.
And again, it's Froome who gives the attack here, and that tells that you have to be in good shape.
Oh, bad news for Tom Dumoulin. Bad news for Tom Dumoulin, who shakes his head. Has he given everything? Has he gone into the red? Has he given too much? And you just saw when Dumoulin came to the front, that was the moment. Towel waved, white flag up. He knew that Chris Froome couldn't be broken today.
I mean, it's been a brutal race, but it's also been a beautiful race. I mean, this is bike racing at its best. This is what people want to see. They want to see that real edge of the seat stuff, where and unpredictable racing as well. So I mean, it's been great racing from that point of view. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. This race has been such a roller coaster. I mean. It's been the biggest fight of my career for sure, to recover from the deficit that I had a few days ago, coming into this last block, knowing that everything was on track, and I mean, it was always my objective to get to this last block in the best condition possible. But the setbacks I've had along the way, the time losses in places where I wouldn't expect to lose time, and obviously the crashes that took a lot out of me at the beginning. It's been such a brutal race, but to finish it off now is just, I'm beginning to get quite emotional about it now.